Hey, how are you? Let me ask you a question. Do you like chocolate? I'm not talking about just any chocolate. I'm talking about the type of chocolate that is so sexy and so incredible that you can't even control yourself. That's the type of chocolate I'm talking about. If you like that type of chocolate, stay tuned. Top 30 most amazing smelling, sexiest chocolate. You like chocolate in your fragrances? Stick around. This is the only chocolate video that you'll ever need, my friends. The buck stops here, and this fragrance journey begins in 3, 2, 1.
Good afternoon, sir. Could we interest you in some chocolate?
Chocolate? Did you say chocolate?
Yes, sir.
Chocolate? Chocolate! Chocolate!
Bust it!
Alright, people. Welcome back to my channel. I know you didn't miss it. I know you read it in the title, but in case you didn't, for whatever reason, top 30 most seductive, sexiest, and greatest smelling chocolate fragrances in the history of fragrances. Now, again, as is customary, when there's a big list like this, I'm not going to get crazy deep into how these fragrances smell. Just understand that every single one of them has a very pronounced chocolate vibe or chocolate accord therein. Now, one thing of note really quickly. Some guys might challenge me because a few of these fragrances do not have, actually I think there's only a couple, maybe 2 or 3, that do not have a chocolate note listed in the note breakdown. However, in case you didn't know, if you look up the note of Patchouly, you will find that in a lot of cases, and I think it has to do with what it's mixed with, Patchouly can give off a very, very damp, chocolatey vibe. You're going to see a couple of these fragrances that you smell and you're going to be like, damn, the dude was right. Very chocolatey. Patchouly will give off that type of a vibe every now and then, all right? So without any further ado, let's get this underway.
You've never felt so good about chocolate.
Coming in at number 30 is from the house of Boadicea, the Victorious, and this is Invigorating. Now, Invigorating is what you would call a very dark, chocolatey fragrance with licorice undertones and a ton of citrus, not to mention sparkling florals. Amazing fragrance. Again, I'm not going to get too deep into it, not a full review. This is a strong one, and it is chocolatey. Once again, Boadicea the Victorious, Invigorating.
You've never felt so good about chocolate.
Coming in at number 29, from the house of Kemi Blending Magic, this is Aurum. Like the fragrance before this, you're going to have dark chocolate and citruses and sparkling florals. But to give it a little bit more of a kick, you're going to have oud, heliotrope, and smoke. All right? Not to mention it's a tad bit powdery. Amazing fragrance, very dark chocolatey. Again, Aurum from Kemi Blending Magic.
You've never felt so good about chocolate.
Coming in at number 28 is from the house of Zoologist, and this is Elephant. What you're gonna have right here is a very cocoa-y, I just made that up, a very cocoa-y fragrance with coconut milk. You're gonna have some jasmine. It's very, very smoky. It has an absolutely beautiful Darjeeling tea note therein. Lots of tree leaves. Then you're gonna have some musk, some patchouli, some amber, and obviously woods. It's gonna smell like an elephant's diet, along with its surrounding area. Very chocolatey, amazing fragrance right here. Very, very powerful. Must be easy on the trigger or you will choke people out. Once again, 28 Elephant.
You've never felt so good about chocolate.
Okay, coming in at number 27 is coming out of the house of Boadicea the Victorious. This is Notorious, and it is another monster. This is a very animalic, skanked out, chocolatey fragrance with incense and cinnamon. You're also gonna get mossy notes, a leather accord, and some rose, and some woodsy notes. Absolutely incredible. Not to mention a very goodly amount of saffron. Very stunning, very chocolatey, very powerful. Oh my God, is this potent, but it smells so freaking good. Once again, Boadicea the Victorious, Notorious.
You've never felt so good about chocolate.
Next up is number 26. This is coming out of the house of Nasomatto, and this is Phaedon. Phaedon is a very chocolatey, oody fragrance, again with cinnamon. This time you're gonna have some tonka bean and florals therein, and it also is a little bit skanked out with some oud. But it is amazingly sweet and dry at the same time, if you can believe that. There's no vanilla in here. It's strictly chocolate. So the sweet that you're gonna get from here is the chocolate and the tonka bean. Other than that, that's it. It's just spicy and a little bit skanky, and it's beautiful and powerful. Once again, beautiful chocolate fragrance, Phaedon from Nasomatto.
You've never felt so good about chocolate.
Now, coming in at number 25 from the house of Phaedon. This is Sable Marocain. Another beauty of a fragrance. Powdery, chocolatey, and citrusy. You're also gonna have some spices with ginger, and it's gonna be rounded out with a beautiful amber accord, not to mention Gaiac wood. A little bit, it has a little bit of a bite with the vetiver, but it is an absolutely fantastic chocolatey fragrance. Very long lasting, very powerful, beautiful, sexy fragrance. Once again, Sable Marocain from Phaedon.
You've never felt so good about chocolate.
All right, 24 is coming out of the house of Akre. I know probably none of you have heard of this one. This is dark, all right? Basically what you're gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna give you the notes in this one. Cocoa, dark chocolate, cinnamon, hazelnut, vanilla. Boom, done. What you're gonna get is a very dark chocolatey fragrance with some spices, a little bit of hazelnut. Kind of smells like chocolate flavored coffee. I know there's no coffee listed in it, but it kind of reminds me of like a very cinnamony, coffee with a lot of chocolate therein and some hazelnut. This fragrance is beautiful. If you haven't sniffed this one, you owe it to yourself to do so. This is a really nice chocolatey fragrance. Once again, dark from Akre.
You've never felt so good about chocolate.
All right, and number 23 is coming out of the house of Piotr Czarnecki. This is called Bluebijou. Another sexy chocolate fragrance with truffle, tobacco. It not only does it have cacao, but it also has dark chocolate and oud, blueberries, and cognac. So it's a very boozy, chocolatey, truffly type of fragrance. It's amazing. Again, if you like sexually chocolate fragrances, stay tuned. It's only gonna get better from here. All right? Once again, Bluebijou. Moving on.
You've never felt so good about chocolate.
All right, and number 22 is coming once again from the house of Phaedon. This is Rouge Avignon. Here's what you can call this one, all right? A very jammy, chocolatey fragrance. There you go. It's jammy and it's chocolatey. The jammy in here is like a raspberry puree with some roses, a little bit of ylang-ylang. Again, and it's earthy as well with tuba, but it is just an absolute monstrosity of a fragrance. It smells kind of like burning sandalwood chips, smothered in chocolate and raspberry puree. It's amazing. It's very dark as well. Rouge Avignon from Phaedon.
You've never felt so good about chocolate.
21, coming out of the house of Mancera. I say this every single time I introduce this fragrance. What's in a name? And there it is. Roses and chocolate. This is Valentine's Day in a bottle right here. Roses and chocolate, boom. It's got a heavy fruit accord as well, with citruses, peaches, blackcurrant, bergamot. I mean, it's amazing. You also have obviously roses in here and some vanilla. And it's a little bit musky as well. Again, very chocolatey, very chocolatey. As a matter of fact, the chocolate dominates this fragrance. The rose is detectable, but nowhere near as much as the chocolate. Very chocolatey fragrance and sexy as hell. Roses and chocolate, Mancera.
You've never felt so good about chocolate.
20 from the house of Orto Parisi, Terroni. This smells like a volcano. On fire, dries down, gets chocolatey. Done. Absolutely unbelievable fragrance. If you want to talk about powerful, I'm telling you right now, I never count sprays. I never do. All right? It's a waste of time because, whatever, I'm not going to get into that. But suffice it to say, you do any more than 2 on this and people die. It is that potent. Now, the notes aren't listed in this fragrance. You're not going to find them anywhere, but make no bones about it. It is a very fiery, smoky fragrance, and then when it dries down, believe me, it gets chocolatey. Unmistakable. Oh my God, it's sexy. Terroni from Orto Parisi. Moving on to 19.
You've never felt so good about chocolate.
Number 19 is coming out of the house of Mancera, and this beauty is wild candy. Wild chocolate candy. Lot of fruit. Wicked lot of fruit. Gets a little bit musky and salty at the end, but it is, call it salted chocolate. You're going to have a couple of florals there in frangipani and rose, a little bit of woods, but for the most part, you're going to get fruits and heavy, heavy chocolate. Once again, wild candy, Mancera, moving on to 18.
You've never felt so good about chocolate.
All right, and coming in at number 18, coming out of the house of Profumum Roma, this is Patchouly. This is one of the fragrances I was telling you about that doesn't have any chocolate listed in the note breakdown, but I'm telling you right now, this is a chocolate bomb. Smell it for yourself if you don't believe me. It's a patchouli monstrosity, and the patchouli turns really dark chocolatey and damp at the end of this fragrance's tenure on your skin. When this fragrance dries down, it is a chocolate bomb with skanked out patchouli. Very, very heavy fragrance right here. Look at the darkness of that juice. That should give you some idea, of the viscosity of this fragrance. And it's, again, very powerful. Once again, Patchouly, Profumum Roma, moving on to 17.
You've never felt so good about chocolate.
Number 17, once again, from the house of Mancera. This one here, Choco Violette. Unbelievable. Violets and chocolate. A lot of people will tell you they don't get a lot of violet in this fragrance. I do. But the chocolate will smother the hell out of it. Very, very chocolatey fragrance. Sweet as hell. Very gourmand, but amazing nonetheless. And again, if you like sexual hot chocolate, bingo. This is your guy right here. Once again, Choco Violette or Violet from the house of Mancera, moving on to 16.
You've never felt so good about chocolate.
16 of my most amazing smelling chocolate fragrances is coming out of the house of Tom Ford. This is Tobacco Vanille. This fragrance right here is what started my entire fragrance journey in the niche realm of which I have not looked back. This started it all for me. All right. Once I tasted this one, it was a wrap. Everything else went away. Tobacco and chocolate. Boom. There you go. Sweet, unsmoked pipe tobacco with a lot of chocolate in the dry down. Everybody knows this. If you don't, get out from underneath that rock. Tobacco Vanille, Tom Ford chocolate bomb right here with tobacco. Let's move on.
You've never felt so good about chocolate.
15 is coming out of the house of Roger. This is Amber. Lots and lots and lots of chocolate here. Gonna have some lavender. You're gonna have some roses. You're gonna have some tonka bean, patchouli, obviously, vanilla, and sandalwood, among others. It gets a little, actually, it gets a lot powdery. You like powdery, chocolatey fragrances? It's like cocoa powder. This is a fragrance for you. This is very expensive, but it smells incredible. Very sexual chocolate right here. Once again, Roja, Amber. Moving on to 14.
You've never felt so good about chocolate.
Now, number 14 is coming out of the house of Farmacia. SS Annunziata. Name of this fragrance, Talc Gourmand. Again, what's in the name? You are gonna have honey, caramel, vanilla flower, talcum powder, heliotrope, chocolate, tonka bean, sandalwood, vanilla. There you go. You can't get any more gourmand than this, and I guarantee you the chocolate in here is thick. What stands out? Chocolate, heliotrope, and the talcum powder. This is a very, very sweet, powerful fragrance that is very sexy and very chocolatey. Once again, Talc Gourmand. Moving on to 13.
You've never felt so good about chocolate.
All right, number 13 is coming out of the house of M. Micallef. A lot of people have not heard of this fragrance. It is a very low flyer, under the radar. This is called Akowa. What you're gonna have here is a ton of chocolate, tangy vetiver. You're gonna have some amber, it's musky, and then just a tad bit citrusy. But the citruses are smothered by the chocolate and the amber, and to a lesser extent, the vetiver. This is unbelievable right here. Again, a slept-on fragrance. M. Micallef, if you look at all their fragrances, there really aren't that many that have like bomb-ass performance. I don't mean in terms of length of time on your skin, because they all last pretty long on your skin, but you don't have very many that are monsters. This is one of them. Very long-lasting fragrance, chocolatey as hell, and delicious. Akowa.
You've never felt so good about chocolate.
Coming in at the number 12 position, coming out of the house of Montale. Listen to me right now, right? This fragrance is very, very aptly named. Why? Because it is very sensual, very sexy. You are talking just an amazing fragrance. Listen to I know you guys know this, but if you don't, for all the people that don't know about this channel, really don't know about niche fragrances, listen to these friggin' notes, all right? Bergamot, mandarin, cardamom, saffron, whiskey, amberwood, jasmine, rose, tiramisu, patchouli leaves, cacao, coffee, vanilla, oak moss, cedarwood, and white musk. Brother, I mean, how do you even get more sexy than that? If I did a video of the sexiest fragrances, this is top 5 right here. This is so friggin' sexy. Chocolate bomb with a whole bunch of other stuff mixed in. Just an amazing fragrance, and it lasts forever. Very, very potent. Again, some people are gonna say that it smells like Baccarat Rouge 540. Yeah, I gotta be honest with this. I think that this is a superior fragrance. That's my opinion. Take it or leave it. Once again, 12, Sensual Instinct, moving on to 11.
You've never felt so good about chocolate.
Number 11 is coming out of the house of Van Cleef and Appels. Yeah, I know all about the label. Don't give me any crap, brother. This friggin' bottle is older than you, probably. Anyway, this is called Orchidee Vanille. Mandarin orange, lychee, bitter almond, Bulgarian rose, violet, vanilla pods. You're gonna have cedar, tonka, white musk, and dark chocolate. Good Lord Almighty. I'm gonna tell you something. This is insanely sexy and chocolatey as all get out. Once again, Orchidee Vanille, Van Cleef and Appels. Moving on. We are now cracking the top 10.
You've never felt so good about chocolate.
All right, and here we go. Coming in at number 10, this is coming out of the house of Chabot. This is lait et chocolat. Basically, if you speak French, you probably already know milk and chocolate. And that's exactly what you're gonna get with this fragrance. You're gonna have milk chocolate, dark chocolate, vanilla, and milk. And it's gonna be rounded out with a little bit of fruitiness, and then it's gonna have a little bit of musk in there. But for the most part, what you're having here is milk and chocolate. Done. Very sexy fragrance, very sexy. That's why it's in the top 10. Once again, Chabot, lait et chocolat. Moving on to number 9.
You've never felt so good about chocolate.
All right, number 9 is coming out of the house of Montale. You guys all know this one, Chocolate Greedy. I mean, again, what's in a name? very, very, very chocolatey. It is, I mean, this smells so friggin' good. It'll blow your mind. This reminds me, my parents used to listen to an old friggin' 70s song by the Delphonics, and it was, I think the name of, well, I know the name of it was Didn't I Blow Your Mind This Time? That fragrance is sitting on your shelf, and you spray it and you put it back, and that's what it's saying to you. Didn't I blow your mind this time? Didn't I? And yes, it did. This is an absolutely beautiful, sexy chocolate fragrance. Oh my God, it's beautiful. Once again, chocolate greedy from the house of Montale, moving on to 8.
You've never felt so good about chocolate.
In the number 8 position is coming out of the house of Xerjoff, Casa Marati. This is Lira. Basically, what you're gonna have right here is a vanilla caramely fragrance with chocolate, like powdered chocolate and oranges. Oh man. And yeah, I know there's no chocolate listed in the fragrance, but I'm telling you, it's unmistakable. I mean, I don't know why there's not any chocolate listed. That's what I'm getting. It's amazing. This is one of the greatest fragrances out there. Chocolate, vanilla, you name it, doesn't matter. This fragrance right here is insanely good. Once again, the number 8 position is Lira from Xerjoff. Moving on to number 7.
You've never felt so good about chocolate.
All right, number 7. This is coming out of the house of Profumum Roma. This is Batito de Ali. 4 notes and 4 notes only. Vanilla, myrrh, orange blossom, and cocoa powder. Chocolate bomb with vanilla and oranges, little bit of smoke, just a little bit incensey, like a little bit burning, like burning chocolate with vanilla and maybe some orange zest thrown in there. Very sexy fragrance right here. Good Lord, this is sexy. Chocolate, sexual chocolate. Batito Dali. From the house of Profumum Roma, moving on to number 6.
You've never felt so good about chocolate.
All right, number 6 is coming out of the house of Christian Dior. If you do not know, you know what? I'm not even going to say it. I'm sure you know this one. Feve Delicieuse. Everything but the kitchen sink is in here, all right? Look up the notes if you want to. It'll take too long to tell you all of them, but suffice it to say there is chocolate in here, very, very much so, and it is amazing. Gorgeous freaking fragrance. That's why it is so high up on the list. This is really, really sexy. A sexy gourmand right here. Chocolate is all get out and just stunning. Once again, Feve Delicieuse, Dior. Moving on, we are now cracking the top 5.
You've never felt so good about chocolate.
Coming in at the number 5 position, my friends, coming out of the house of Fuegia, Cioccolato. Holy sweet mother, unfreaking believable. Sex in a bottle, check out these notes. Orchid, vanilla, chocolate, and rum. Man, a lot of people have not heard of this fragrance. This is like chocolate sensual. This is sensual chocolate like you read about. It's so good. It is literally so good. It smells kind of spicy when you spray it on, but it's a very boozy, chocolatey fragrance. Once again, Cioccolato from the house of Fuegia, 1833, moving on to number 4.
You've never felt so good about chocolate.
All right, number 4 is coming out of the house of Profumum Roma. Yep, once again, this house is incredible. You guys already know this is one of my favorite houses. This is Sorriso, and it means smile. Don't know why they call it that, except maybe when you smell it, it'll make you smile. It certainly happens to me. This fragrance is very bitter because you're gonna have bitter orange, bitter chocolate, and to round it out, exotic woods. Very, very chocolatey. This is a straight chocolate bomb. And I'm gonna tell you something. This fragrance doesn't change. What you get when you first spray it on your skin is exactly what you're gonna get when this fragrance is ready to jump off the cliff. Nothing but orange and chocolate. Done. Little bit of woods to round it out, but it's all gonna be linear. If you love chocolate, get this. Once again, Profumum Roma, Sorriso. Next top 3.
You've never felt so good about chocolate.
Ooh, it's getting better and better, people. We are now down to number 3, the third most amazing chocolate fragrance on the planet Earth. This is coming out of the house of Guerlain. This fragrance is called Elixir Chanel Gourmand Coquin. Unflippin' believable. It smells like spiced chocolate infused with rum. Done. Dark chocolate, cacao, rum, vanilla, spices, pepper, and rose. Holy mackerel. And I'm gonna tell you something. This Roger Real Deep Cool, son, you know me. I know you're out there. Neck Nibbler. This is a very, very cozy, sexy fragrance. It's not loud at all. Even when you first spray it on, moderate at best. But as soon as it goes on your skin, it literally like digs into it. It doesn't want to hover more than a foot above, but it doesn't need to. It's that good. The lasting power, ridiculous. Not potent in terms of its projection, but believe me when I tell you, this is a very long-lasting chocolate sex part of a fragrance. Once again, Gourmand Coquin, Guerlain. Now, moving on to number 2.
You've never felt so good about chocolate.
Number 2, pretty much a low flyer in the fragrance community. I do not know why, I don't care. What I can tell you is I've been looking at this fragrance for a long time. My man Mosiah was telling me about this for months and months and months, and I never pulled the trigger. I don't know why. I procrastinated, I hemmed, I hawed, I was riding the fence. Next thing you know, I was pushed over, and when I landed on the other side, it was a wrap. This is coming out of the house of Jovoy. Name of this fragrance, Psychédélique. All right? If your French sucks like mine, just call it psychedelic or psychedelique. But with the French accent, I think it's pronounced psychédélique. Okay? Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, this is one of the fragrances I was telling you about. No chocolate listed in the note breakdown. Irrelevant. The patchouli in here is thick. Good Lord. Patchouli lovers, take note. Even if you don't like patchouli, this is one of those patchoulis. Like if you can't stand that raw hippie patchouli, you know, that friggin' hairy hippies wear, forget about it. Don't worry. It's not that type of patchouli. This patchouli is very damp, very wet, very, very chocolatey. This is a chocolate friggin' bomb right here, right? This is like so dark, it's almost like it's almost black hole dark. You get in here, you're not escaping. And by the way, you wanna talk about potent? Let me tell you something. After 2 showers and scrubbing my arm with the face cloth and soap, I could still smell it on my skin. There's only one other fragrance that I know of in my collection that does that. Incredibly powerful. This is the most powerful chocolate fragrance ever. Holy woof. Man, this is strong. Be prepared to have this fragrance sticking around on your skin for a long time when you spray it. Once again, from Jovoy, the chocolate nuclear bomb, Psychédélique. Moving on to the number 1 most incredible, sexiest chocolate fragrance ever. Stand by.
You've never felt so good.
Number 1.
Now, before we move on to the greatest chocolate fragrance ever, you guys feel free to tell me what I missed, because I know you're gonna anyway. And I'm gonna take that constructively, because you know, I haven't smelled every fragrance that exists, and I certainly haven't smelled every chocolate fragrance that exists. But the ones that I have smelled, that I have in my collection, are gonna blow you away. At least that's what I think. When I first sniffed this fragrance, the very moment that I sniffed this fragrance, this was my reaction.
Fuck my ass. Shit in hell. Jesus Christ.
This is coming out of the house of Unique Luxury. Name of this fragrance, Chocolate makes me happy. Check these notes out. Grapefruit, lavender, mandarin orange, benzoin, olibanum, cinnamon, ginger, vetiver, sandalwood, musk, caramel, amber, milk chocolate, dark chocolate, cacao pod. Absolute chocolate bomb right here, and it's not even close. If you're curious about the lasting power, forget it. Off the charts. If you're curious about projection, forget it. Off the charts. This is gonna blow the socks off your feet. The sexiest, best smelling chocolate fragrance on the planet. Once again, this is it. From the house of Unique Gay Luxury. Chocolate makes me happy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, tell me what I missed. Because from where I'm standing, this is it right here. Hope you guys again enjoyed the video. My next review is soon. I'll talk to you later. Hope you have a great day. And by the way, stay safe out there in all this madness. Whore, later.